Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 20th of May. And yesterday we'd been looking at the 4-hour chart in terms of wave 3 here, ABC for wave 4 here, and 5 waves up here for wave 5 of 5, and looking at this as wave A here, or wave 1, and wave B or wave 2 here, and then moving down through here, going short below the 61.8% retracement level. And we have 5 waves in this move here. It's rather sharp rather than on an angle. So if it was on more of an angle, it would probably be a C wave at that point. But because it's so sharp, it tends to be part of probably a 3rd wave going down. So it's probably likely that we're going to see some sort of ABC pattern here, coming back to the 61.8% and then moving down lower in that regard. So we could only go long again. The market could be bullish. So if I go to the 1-hour chart here, we'll just shoot the breeze on that for a moment. So the reality is, so far, is that the market is down here for, oops, wrong labeling. This one here. In fact, I don't need these here. I mean, as it stands, the fact is that we have 3 waves here. That's the fact. So there is 5 waves in this leg here. If this lower leg here, this low is breached, then we're going to be coming down for 5 waves to the downside. So that would be wave 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4, and 5 coming down further. And that would just be of that leg there for that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So when we go to the bigger picture, let's just have a look. So my original count has always been this one here, but I've got a more bullish count as well. So in this one here, we're looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and anyway, going up to 5 here, as you know, and looking at this taking out here. Now we can go long, let's just say above that high there, but until that's done, then we just need to be mindful that we can continue working to the downside here for this, and the commodities can take us lower as well. So we'll have a look at the bigger picture in a couple of those big commodity stocks. So the other pattern here that is probably likely is this one here, where we're actually going down into a wave 4 here for this. So that can take us down into the 6,500 again area here. So there's a couple of little things that we need to be aware of. First of all, as I mentioned, we can go long above that top there. We can get a better price than that though, just pointing that out though. If this is the case here, then we would see a move back down into this space and then push up from that point. If the other side, if this other count here, let's just go back to this one, let's just assume for a moment that this one is right, then we're still bullish because we just got to go through a correction, that's all, because we've got 5 waves up here, but that would bring us down into a deeper space here, into the, basically back down to this consolidation area through here for that. So that's also possible. So as always, I think we just go step by step and understand a few things. So I think at this point we could just go over and look at, I'll just go to the resources. I'll do the banks a bit last, I think. So iron ore, So with iron ore, iron ore is down quite strong, as expected, because we were looking for, from the top here, we noted that there was 5 waves down in this area, so we were looking for a retracement and then down again. Now, what I don't know about this is that, are we in just for an ABC pattern, or are we going to get 5 waves down? So I'm not quite sure about that just yet, so we'll need to allow this 5 waves to come down here further, and then we'll have to monitor this rally if there's going to be a rally here, because if we get a larger 5 waves here, then we're going to get an ABC here, and we're going to get another 5 down after that. You with me? So we just need to see if we get past this 3rd wave here first, see if we just get this ABC pattern and then move up, or if we get 5 waves down, then we're going to get this and this. And of course, this is going to affect BHP, Rio, you know, all those guys. So we should just take a quick look at those while we're on that page, really. So let's just start with BHP. So might just go straight to the local BHP. So with this one here, as I've mentioned before with this, we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and I'm happy with this count at 3 and 4 here. But I've always been a little bit puzzled, do we put this wave 5 here? Because we know we can count 5 waves up in this move here. It's a bit unclear in this particular structure, but when we look at BHP in US on the New York desk, we can see the same thing occurs here as well as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. The wave 5 is just so small, you know, so I'm thinking, well, could it just be wave 1 and we come back for wave 2 and then head up? And that's possible as well. But I can count 5 waves in this one here pretty clearly. I can't remember what the hourly chart. So as I mentioned here, we can count 1 and 2 here, then 1 little A, B, C for 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave, 4th wave, and the 5th wave here. So we could always count 5 waves here, and I was assuming, well, can it be wave 1 up here and come back for wave 2 here? So that's a real possibility. So don't let me sort of freak you out just yet. I need to get more data in here to say that we're going to go into a bigger picture. But if we were going into a bigger picture, then we would come down quite a lot here. Yeah, we can't, at minimum would be back down into this space. So we just got to work our way through this, and this is the same for Rio as well. So with Rio here, we can, from this wave 4 here, we can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 for 1 and 2 here, and then 5 waves up for wave 3. And 4 and 5 here. So in this case, we've got a better 5 waves, but still it's quite short. It hasn't really made a clear move above the top. So that kind of concerns me a little bit. So we just need to monitor this. It's still a little bit early days here for these. But certainly we'll be going down further on this. And I think one of the interesting things with the iron ore, if we look at Fortescue for a moment. Now, I had this here as the A, the B, and the C wave here, right? But what I can do is what we did yesterday and the day before, maybe, I can't remember, but we can count this up here. I can't get 5 waves up here. I can just get 3 waves up here. I can get, well, let's just copy a couple of these. So we've got an A wave there, a B wave there, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we've been with that on the intraday there. So it is possible that this can be wave 1 and 2 here, and the 3rd wave here, and the 4th wave here. And the 4th wave can pull back 38.2%, or the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree. So the 38.2% will be about where it is. So it's possible that that's the case, but I'll just put that there. But it's a bit of a long shot, and I'll just dull it out, meaning that it's just an alternative. So we'll see how that plays out. But if this market moves down below that wave 4 here, which is well below the 38.2, but it is the wave 4 of one lesser degree. If it moves down past that, then you know that we'll be looking here as somewhere down here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming here for this. So that's quite a move, really. So we just need to see how that plays out. So we don't have any long trades in Rio or FMG or any of those guys anymore. So we've been taken out of those. But we made a nice little run up here on most of them. So that's all good on all of them. So yeah, we just need to gather some more information, but just letting you know that there's a bigger picture unfolding. But this would also tie into the ASX pulling back as well. That's what I'm trying to get across here. Crude oil is the next one. So we're looking at I think we're back with our original count with wave 4 over here, and we'll look at this as a flat pattern because this 5 wave structure down here sort of dictating that after a rally we would get another 5. So we'll probably come back to the wave 4 here for this before moving up. This is the 50-60% retracement level. If this is 5 waves up here, then the support will be here, and then we'll move up from that point. But either way, there's not a lot of difference in all of this. We just have to figure it out as it plays out a little bit further. But it looks like an Elliott Wave flat correction now for this. But still, we're in this case with FMG, it's clearly to see that with Fortescue Metals that we're in a wave 4, a bullish corrective large pattern, and the same with this market here as well. We're still in a bullish pattern for this market. Right, let's move on and we'll have a look at copper, which has also moved down strongly in 3%. So we're looking at the interesting thing here is that this first move here, this move down through here is in 3 waves. So we can look at it as an A wave. Well, I suppose you could look at it as wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in that regard, so that's possible as well. But let's just see how this goes. What I want to look for here that's not complete yet is this coming down here in 5 waves and seeing how that, if that last wave holds in play here, then that would be okay for this to be an ABC pattern. But if it breaches this, then we'll have to look at this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and look for a larger top in play. But I'm still 1 wave short if I count this as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And I'm happy with this count. I feel confident about that count. So, but this wave 4 can pull back to this wave 4 here, so it can pull back to 9-8. That will give us 5 waves. Let's just see how that lands at that point and then moves up from that point. We also need to look at Australian dollar while we're looking at that being a commodity dollar. So on this case here, there's a couple of ways that we need to look at it. It's first of all, the takeaway here is that this move here is in 3 waves. So it's bullish corrective. Now, it doesn't matter what happens over here. It's still part of this correction here. So it could play out in a couple of ways. It could play out that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave 1, and then an A and a B and a C wave coming back into this space here, and then moving up from that point. That's one thing it can do. Second thing is that we can call it a B wave up here. That means we need to look at this as an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and then a C wave down to here. So that would give us 5 waves down as 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 down to here for that. So that's that. The other point here is that the triangle can still play out as well. Because we've got 3 waves here, then we could look at this as an ABC for the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here. So this could also be an A and a B and a C wave, a D wave and an E wave, and then push up from that point. So we're just moving into a bit of a nightmare here with this, and it's going to take a little time to resolve. So we can have it as a flat correction, we can have it as a triangle pattern, or we could still have this as wave 1 and 2 up here. But it's hard for me to get my head around having wave 1 and 2 here because of what BHP and the metals, what iron ore and all that are doing. So we'll just need to keep close tabs on those for a while until we can get a grip on those. So not much of a help here at this point with this. The gold market still steady and strong. I don't have any problems with the gold market. Let me just bring in a little bit more data here for this. So from the low here, we've got wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. And we've got a nice third wave heading here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you know. And then from the fourth wave, we've been counting up as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It did drop down on me a bit here. I thought that would be a bit flatter here, but anyway, the push up through here. So I'm just assuming that there is wave 5 of 3 in that case, and then we're going into the ABC pattern here. Now it could also be too just as 1 and 2 here, and then going up for 3, 4 and 5 and finishing up a little bit higher here. As I mentioned yesterday, the 1900 is the lower end of the 50% and 60%, 62% retracement level. But all things being equal, we're probably moving into this green wave, blue wave 4 here. So on that note, we can expect stocks like Newcrest Mining and so on to also correct as well. So in this case, we can look at this being, well, an A and a B and a C wave to there. Okay, so I'll just drop that down there a little bit. Just one other point here to make is that that's the 38.2% retracement level. It is possible for this wave, blue wave 4, to pull down to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree as well, but I don't think that's going to be the case. We'll just see, but otherwise everything is moving along quite nicely. You may have taken a percentage profit here, as we talked about yesterday, because we're going into that correction, and there is resistance up here because of that 50% retracement level, and gold tends to work on that 50% retracement level probably more so than anything else I know. So yeah, I heed its warning. So we can have a look at the we'll have a look at Newcrest actually while we're here on this, try to match things up a little bit. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, it's dropped back a little bit, but I'm thinking this is a bit of a wave 1 and 2 in here, and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 here for this. So we could have this now, just shooting the breeze here, we could have this as wave 5 and wave 1 here, and coming back for wave 2 in this space. What are these trend lines here? Then it's not going to do much. I'll leave that base one in. So it's possible that we've got this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and that would give us a 50-60% retracement level, which would bring us back down into this space. So that's quite a drop. Puts I mean, that's the worst case scenario, put it that way. So we'll just see how that plays out. Here we'll just need to gather some more information. I've got positions in this, I'm going to stay in this, and I'm staying for the longer term. So if this pulls back here, I'll take my money out of BHP and put it in here. We've got to check on the banks. So CommBank. So with Commonwealth Bank here, we'll just bring in a little bit more data. So in a nutshell, we were looking for wave 1 here, and ABC for wave 2, and then we've had this nice parabolic third wave to the upside, and we talked about the fourth wave yesterday, obviously, because we've got it here. So that's the 38.2% retracement level. So we're going, and also too, we can see that we've got need any of this now. I knew there was a top there somewhere. So, and I talked about it enough. So this is no surprise. What we've got here now is that this is 5 waves coming down through here. Nice strong third wave in the middle here. So we've got wave 1 in here and 2 here, and this will be the third wave, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to that point. Anyway, not to worry too much about that. It may come down a bit further, but we're going to see some sort of rally at some point, and then we're going to see another 5 down. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah. So ANZ has got a different picture. So we've got a long trade here. It looks a little bit dangerous at this particular point in time, but yeah, I mean, based on the count from here as 1 and 2 here, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the third wave, an A and a B and a C for the fourth. I don't see any problems with that, but I know that we're against the grain with the general market on this one, but this one's been doing stuff against the grain when why CBA's been pushing up. So this has been a different, it's been doing the opposite. So I'll just stay with this for a little bit. Yesterday we looked at this being 1, 2 in here and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So we're looking for a 50-60% retracement level. So we'll just stay with that for a moment. We've got our stop under here. Obviously it's a bit high risk, and the C wave is rather sharp, so that sort of is dangerous. But at the same time, the volume was diminishing as this was coming down, and then we're seeing, well, that was pretty much selling volume on that one. So anyway, we'll just see how it goes for a little bit on that. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.